Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shut It Over Show, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, you know what? Today's Monday, December the 27th, 2021. Got a happy birthday shout out going out to Janice Seitz Johnson and Dee Dee. So, without further ado, here is a birthday song for the two of you. Hey, Dee Dee. Hey, Janice. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So, happy birthday, I must say. You know, you're a 1 year older today, so happy birthday to you, I say. Hey, Janice. Hey, Dee Dee. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, well, it's your happy birthday a day today. I said it's your happy birthday a day today. Hey, girls, have happy birthday and many, many, many more. All right, how about the Shen Show likes? Those folks that like or love the Shen Show. Savann Murphy Beeson, Jamie O'Driscoll, Julianna Marie Kay, and Connie McElhaney, Kimberly Dodd Little, and then my Pokey pal, Joseph Marshall. These are the folks that like, love, and or just enjoy the Shen Show. And I got to give a shout out to Craig Wyatt. He was out there yesterday, and well, he did give me some feedback on the show, and well, yeah, I guess I should take that into consideration. I apologize for the not the comment, not the commentary, but the way it was presented. Let's put it that way. The way I presented my program yesterday was a little bit bad because I was overzealous, a little bit hardcore on the message that I was trying to put out there, folks. It just kind of irritated me where we where we have gone as a nation and as a country. I was irritated a little bit because it came home, it hit home yesterday, and well, that's what my biggest problem was. It actually hit home. So, anyway, that being said, we're going to go ahead and bypass that information, and we're going to jump on into our weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. Weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area today is going to be brought to you by the Refreshing Word Fellowship. Refreshing Word Fellowship Christian Church. That's right, Word Fellowship Church is located here in St. Charles, Missouri at 2054 Campus Drive, St. Charles, Missouri. So if you would like to attend a fine Christian, non-denominational Christian church, come on over to Refreshing Word Fellowship Church and enjoy our 11 a.m. Sunday services or our hour of power prayer on Thursdays from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. Sorry, my chair's acting up. So that's Refreshing Word Fellowship Church. Come on in on either one of those 2 days and enjoy our services and have a fun day getting in touch with God. All right, for today's weather forecast. Today is Monday, the 27th. We got sunshine and clouds mixed together with high temperatures creeping up to only 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be north to northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Cloudy skies early, then off and on rain showers overnight. Low temperatures of 38 degrees Fahrenheit with winds east to northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 80%. And then for a Tuesday, December the 28th, rain ending early will then breaks of sunshine in the afternoon. High temperatures of 49 degrees Fahrenheit with winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 100% with rainfall possibly over 1 inch. Locally, heavy rainfall quite possible. And then partly cloudy skies overnight, giving way to clean. Partly cloudy skies during the evening will give way to cloudy skies overnight. Low temperatures of 37 degrees Fahrenheit with winds light and variable north at about 6 miles per hour. And then for Wednesday, December the 29th, cloudy early with showers for the afternoon hours. High temperatures of 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be east to northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 50%. Then considerable cloudiness overnight with low temperatures around 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be north to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then for Thursday, December the 30th, partly cloudy skies with high temperatures of 52 degrees Fahrenheit, winds light and variable west to southwest at about 5 miles per hour. Generally fair overnight with low temperatures of 35 degrees Fahrenheit, winds light and variable east to southeast at about 5 miles per hour. And then for Friday, December the 31st, cloudy skies with high temperatures of 59 degrees Fahrenheit, winds south to southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Rain likely with low temperatures of 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 80% with rainfall near a quarter of an inch. And then for our fifth and final day of our 5-day forecast, January. That's right, New Year's Day, January the 1st. Rain diminishing into a few showers in the afternoon. High temperatures of 48 degrees Fahrenheit with winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chances of rain 70%. Mostly cloudy skies overnight with low temperatures of 13 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be northwest at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. And that, my friends, is your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. All right, all right, all right. Hey, you know what? I was just going to go ahead and mention the thrift store over here, the Helping Hands Thrift Shop and Foster Care Closet, located at 416 South 5th Street here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, why don't you go on in there and get next year's Christmas decoration? Yep, that's right. All their Christmas stuff is half off, meaning you better get there quick so it doesn't fall all the way off the shelves because it's already half off. Right? Right. It's half off them shelves. You better get over there so you can get the rest of it. And if you go tomorrow, you get another 10%. So you got 10% of half off. That gives you, 60%, doesn't it? All right. Well, all righty then. Hey, oh, by the way, you can go off also, um, 2 doors up from there. You can go to Good Times Smoke Shop at 424 South 5th Street, St. Charles, Missouri, and peruse their products too. They have a smoking haberdashery, a plethora of smoking products so that you can enjoy your tobacco type cornucopia of tobacco type products. All right, all right. Helping Hands Thrift Shop and Foster Care Closet is a wonderful store ran by Bev Evans, and Good Times Smoke Shop is ran by Tim Evans, both of which are located here in St. Charles, Missouri. We're not going to have any special, spectacular freebies going on here in St. Charles. You know me, I like to advertise for the free stuff, but I don't see anything going on that's free. Oh, Fallon City of Lights is going to keep on running. I don't know why they're running through December 30th, but they're gonna. Uh, yep, we don't have anything really. We got Circus all day, it looks like, maybe. Circus Meat Mechanics Birdhouse Factory, wherever that is. Oh, that's at the Linwood Seizure Center. But anyway, what's this saying? We will be having things going on, having happy things that go on. Happy things going on. Go to sleep. Happy goings on in the new year. Wonderful, wonderful things going on. But anyway, I digress. The RP Gun Show, that'd be about the only thing I would advertise just because, you know what? Today's days, times going on, you might want one just in case your government gets too big for its own self. But it costs $14 to get in over there, so we're not going to advertise it anyway. Children under 12 can get in for $4 though at the convention center, the RP Gun Show. Looking for a great way to spend a day or weekend of January the 1st through the 2nd, 2022? Well, if you are a gun collector or a hunting enthusiastic, well, then the gun show at the St. Charles Convention Center is the right place to go. That's right. Spend some time at the RK Gun Show. We'll have a variety of vendors displaying guns, hunting supplies, military supplies, and outdoor gear. Vendors will be available to teach you, answer your questions, and help you find exactly what you're looking for. Safety is a first at all RP or RK gun shows. So we will have security and check in points for the safety of our attendants and vendors. There you go. Like I said, I really usually don't advertise for those cost to get ins, but hey, what do you say? That's what I wanted today. Don't you know? Don't you know? You are my sunshine. Got an awful lot of that out there today. Oh, let's see. Song lyrics, don't you know you are my sunshine? The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. But when I awoke, dear, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. I'll always love you and make you happy. If you will only say the same. But if you leave me to love another, you'll regret it all the same day. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take our sunshine away. You told me once, dear, you really loved me, and no one else could come between. But now you love me and have left me, and to love another. You have scattered all my dreams. You were my sunshine, my only sunshine. You made me happy when skies were gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I loved you until you took my sunshine away. Until you took my sunshine away. More sunshine songs? Yes, yes, more sunshine songs. This one goes out from my mommy because she's a John Denver fan. So, song lyrics: Sunshine on my shoulders. Little sip of the nectar, a little mouthwash, a little bit of a slosh and glosh. Yep, that's right. Some H2O. It's good for me. It's good for you. H2O. Hydro. Uh, hydro. Uh, Oxygen. Yeah, that's it. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a day that I could give to you, I'd give you a day just like today. If I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song sure to make you feel this way. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can't make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a tale that I could tell to you, I'd tell a tale sure to make you smile. And if I had a wish that I could wish for you, I'd make a wish for sun to shine all the while. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine almost always looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always make me high. Sunshine almost always makes me high. All right. Ain't nobody out there with the whatchamacallit song requests? Well, I know there are certain people out there that have requests about my singing, but I digress. It's my show. I was going to look some information up today and just find out just about what it was. In what year did England abolish slavery? Legislation was finally passed in both the Commons and the Lords, which brought the end to Britain's involvement in the trade. The bill received a royal asset in March, and the trade was made illegal from the 1st of May 1807. It was now against the law for the British ships or British subjects to trade in enslaved people. 1807. Well, let's see. In what year did the United States of America abolish slavery?
1865. According to National Archives, passed by Congress on January 31st, 1865, and ratified on December 6, 1865, the 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the United States and provides that neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States, or
1865. Is that correct? In 1865, the United States of America abolished slavery. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude was accepted as punishment for crime, whereas the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist in or within the United States of America. Okay, so there you have it. We did abolish slavery, which means it's abolished, which means it's no longer practiced, which means you cannot punish the child for the father's acts, which means why must the white Anglo-American keep paying for slavery, which happened hundreds of years ago in the United States of America, where I had no control over it. You had no control over it. You haven't owned a slave. I haven't owned a slave. So therefore, why am I still being tortured and punished with it? Why am I still called a racist? Because I don't condone slavery any more than the next guy. I really don't. I don't condone exclusion any more than the next guy. I do condone inclusion, but if you take a look at the Charlie Brown sort of situation we had yesterday, that would be inclusion, not exclusion. Because if it weren't for Charles M. Schultz's character, Lester, who was portrayed as a black child in the Peanuts Christmas Carol, or the Peanuts Christmas movie, A Charlie Brown Christmas, well then, let's put it this way. If he was not allowed to be in there, regardless, whether he sat alone or sat by himself or nobody else sat with him or whatever the case may be, if he wasn't in there at all, he wouldn't be there. And there would be no others because he was a primary root case. Him, Step and Fetch, these were all people who started out the black entertainment on white television. Wow. Okay. If they never got their start, if they never were out there, if they were never seen, then there would never be seen, and we would today still not have any black entertainers because we never let any black entertainers start. Is that correct? That would be correct. If none of them ever were on television in the first place, then they wouldn't be able to be on television now because nobody ever came on. Nobody would have ever been in a movie. Nobody ever would have been anywhere else because they would still be stifled. They would still be held under thumb, and they still would not be allowed to be in the movies because, my friends, they wouldn't have ever got their start. So it was inclusion, not exclusion. They were not being stood out. They were not being, this is a black child sitting at the table by himself. No, this is a black child in a cartoon. This is a black person in a movie. Not The fact that they were excluded, standing out, step and fetch, doing whatever it was that they were doing, they were there. That's what counts. Anyway, I digress. Looks like story time for the kids. All right. The only reason I brought that up was because the kids need to learn. They need to learn. They need to know. It's all about the kids, you know. If we don't teach them now, even the generation that my kids are, okay. It's my responsibility to teach my children that what they have learned through the school system for the past 30, 40, 30 years, that they have been brainwashed, programmed to be, to say that, say that the Charlie Brown cartoons was racist is absolutely the exact opposite of what they are. Charles M. Schulz, the creator of Peanuts, told his editor, the editors said, "You will not have a black child in your comic strip, or we will not print your comic strips any longer." And he said, "Okay, so be it. I will put him in there, and if you don't like it, then quit printing me." And he called their bluff, and they kept printing him, and he put him in there anyway, and they kept on printing him because they were lost all following. So Peanuts today is because, so it's not reverse, it's not racism, it was inclusion, not exclusion. And what you would call it, the critical race theory would have you believe the exact opposite. So just as it is my responsibility to teach my children, I would like to teach your children, or whoever just so happens to be tuned in. That's what it's all about. Somebody needs to teach you, stand up and say, "Hey, this is what it's about." And hey, if this gets monotonous, if it turns into something that people don't want to hear, they don't want to watch the Shen Show because of lecture and information, so be it. Because somebody needs to say it. And if I don't say it, maybe nobody will say it. And if nobody says it, it's not going to get said, and our country is going to be worse off than it is right now. It's going to go downhill further and further and further. And you know who doesn't like it going down that track? God. And the Father God, if he doesn't like seeing what he's seeing, he's going to shut this country down. Not just shut it down, flush it. Flush it down the toilet. That's where our country's headed and has been headed for the past, I don't know, 100 years. It's been going downhill from the word go. Actually, we had a government set up on Christian values. Now, the people who set it up may not have been all that great of people. They may not have been. I mean, you can let the critical race theory people teach you that each and every one of our forefathers was something bad. There was something bad about each one of them. But I tell you what, the system that they set up was good. And that's what counts. The system they set up in the first place was good. And that is what we need to understand as a country. Not reading into this critical race theory that our kids are being taught. The 10 Commandments in school. 2 more generations, not even that, 1 more generation. The next generation up are going to say, if my generation doesn't talk about the 10 Commandments being in school and trying to get the 10 Commandments back in school, the next generation coming up, what 10 Commandments? There was never no 10 Commandments in school. You're just trying to force us to put religion in our classrooms. because it's never been there. As far as they're concerned, it's never been there. They never saw it. It wasn't there when they got there because they were behind my generation, and in my generation was the generation that they took it out. Pledge allegiance to the flag. Same generation. By the time I was in 12th grade, there was no pledge allegiance to the flag. 10 Commandments were stripped from the schools. We didn't even hardly get to learn anything. I was surprised that we had Christmas pageant. That was 6th grade. I don't remember if they sang the first Noel in high school or not, because that would have been conflict of religion. Sorry again. But like I said, it's time to tell a story for the kids. Now, I cannot say that I can still say that I'm TV grandpa. But as far as being able to read to my grandchildren, I don't know that I'm reading to them. I know that when it comes time to love them and hug them, hold them, they cry and they scream and they run the other way. And I guess that's just my fault. I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know how to, understand why. All I've got for him is love. Love of the father who loves his kids. Just like my son, what he's going through right now. The father lost his only begotten son. And I don't know if my son sees it that way, but his father in heaven had to go through the same thing. And he understands how he feels. And he understands that it's not fun. And it's not a good thing. And it's not something that you want to go through, but it's something that life happens. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Anyway, hey, that being said, I'm not wanting to throw a downer on it again today, folks. Sorry. Yesterday I didn't sound confident. I didn't sound fun, and I didn't sound exciting. And today, well, sounds like I just kind of done it again. Just because my personal life gets in the way of these stories. My personal life gets in the way of this show. I don't think where is it? Wake up, Hans Christian Andersen. They don't have any. Come on. No Hans Christian Andersen stories. That doesn't make any sense. Under authors, they don't have any stories by Hans Christian. Oh, well, there's some right there. Go to sleep. All right, let's see. Little Claw's a big claw. Little tiny Tumbelina. What? All Luco Dream God. Soup on a sausage peg. The flying trunk. We'll just do that one. We're going to do the flying trunk today. That will be our story for today for kids. Story time with kids. All right, story time with TV Grandpa. That's right. Come on, kids, gather around. It's time to jump up on the couch. Jump up on the couch or in the bed, wherever you rest your sleepy head. This is TV time with Grandpa Shen. That's right. It's time to tell you a story and tuck you in. Here we go. There was once a merchant who was so rich that he could have paved the whole streets with gold, and would even then have had enough for a small alley. But he did not do so. He knew the value of money better than to use it in this way. So clever was he that every shilling he put out brought him a crown. And so he continued till he died. His son inherited his wealth, and he lived a merry life with it. He went to a masquerade every night and made kites out of 5-pound notes and threw pieces of gold into the sea instead of stones, making ducks and drakes of them. In this manner, he soon lost all his money. At last, he had nothing left but a pair of slippers, an old dressing gown, and 4 shillings. And now all his friends deserted him. They could not walk with him in the streets, but one of them, who was very good natured, sent him an old trunk with this message: "Pack up." "Yes," he said, "it is all very well to say pack up." But he had nothing left to pack up. Therefore, he seated himself in the trunk. It was a very wonderful trunk, and no sooner did any one press pressed on the lock than the trunk could fly. And he shut the lid and pressed the lock, and when away he flew the trunk up the chimney with the merchant's son in it, right up into the clouds. Wherever the bottom of the trunk cracked, he was in a great fright, for if the trunk fell up to pieces, he would have made a tremendous somerset over all the trees. However, he got safely to his trunk, to the land of Turkey, and he hid the trunk in the woods under some dry leaves, and then he went into the town. He could sew this very well. He could. This makes no sense. He could sew this very well, for the Turks always go about dressed in dressing gowns and slippers, as he was himself. And so he happened to meet a nurse while with a little child. "I say, you, Turkish nurse," cried he, "what castle is that near the town, with the windows placed so high?" "Well, the king's daughter lives there," she replied. "It has been prophesied that she will be very happy about a lover, and therefore no one is allowed to visit her unless the king and the queen are present." "Well, thank you," said the merchant's son. So he went back to the woods, seated himself in his trunk, flew up to the roof of the castle, and crept through the window into the princess's room. She lay on the sofa asleep, and she was so beautiful that the merchant's son could not help kissing her. Then she awoke. and was very much frightened. But he told her he was a Turkish angel who had come down through the air to see her, which pleased her very much. And he sat down on her side and talked to her. He said her eyes were like beautiful dark lakes in which the thoughts swam like a little mermaids. And he told her that her forehead was a snowy mountain which contained splendid halls full of pictures. And then he related to her about the stork who brings the beautiful children from the rivers. And these were delightful stories. And when he asked the princess if she would marry him, she consented immediately. But you must come on Saturday, she said, for then the king and the queen will take tea with me. They will be very proud when they find that I am going to marry a Turkish angel. But you must think of some very pretty stories to tell them, for my parents like to hear stories better than anything else. My mother prefers ones that is deep and moral, but my father, he likes something funny to make him laugh. Very well, he replied. I shall bring you no other marriage portion than a story. And so they parted. But the princess gave him a sword which was studded with gold coins, and these he could use. Then he flew away into the town and bought a new dressing gown, and afterwards returned to the woods where he composed a story so as to be ready for Saturday, which was no easy matter. It was ready, however, by Saturday, and when he went to see the princess, the king and queen and whole court were at tea with the princess, and he was received with great politeness. Will you tell us a story? Said the queen. And one that is instructive and full of deep learning? Yes, but with something in it to laugh at, said the king. Certainly, he replied, and he commenced at once, asking them to listen attentively. There was once a bundle of matches that were exceptionally proud of their high descent, and their genealogical tree, that is, a large pine tree from which they had been cut, was at once exceed time a large old tree in the woods. The matches now lay between a tinder box and an old iron saucepan, and were talking about their youthful days. Ah, then we grew on the green browse, and were as green as they. Every morning and every evening we were fed with diamond drops of dew. Whenever the sun shone, we felt his warm rays, and the little birds would relate stories to us as they sang. We knew that we were rich, for the other trees only wore their green dresses in the summertime, but our family were able to array themselves in green summer and winter. But the woodcutter came like a great revolution, and our family fell under the axe. The head of the household, a situation as mainmast in a very fine ship, and can sail around the world when he will. The other branches of the family were to different places, and our office now is to kindle a light for common people. That is how such high-born people as we came to be in a kitchen. Mine has been a very different fate, said the iron pot, which stood by the matches. From my first entrance into the world, I have been used to cooking and scoring. I am the first in this house, and when anything solid or unuseful or useful is required, my only pleasure is to be made clean and shiny after dinner, and to sit in my place and have a little sensible conversation with my neighbors. All of us, except for the water bucket, which is sometimes taken into the courtyard, live here together within these four walls. We get our news from the market basket, but he sometimes tells us very unpleasant things about the people and the government. Yes, and one day an old pot was so alarmed that he fell down and was broken to pieces. He was a liberal, I can tell you. Well, you are talking too much, said the tinder box, and the steel struck against the flint until some sparks flew out, crying, "We want a merry event, don't we?" "Yes, of course," said the matches. "Let us talk about those who are the highest born." "No, I don't like to be away, to always be talking of what we are," remarked the saucepan. "Let us think of some other amusement. I will begin. We will tell something that has happened to ourselves, that we will be very easy and interesting as well. On the Baltic Sea, near the Danish shore, what a pretty commercial, what a pretty commencement," said the plates. "We shall all like that story, I'm sure." "Yes, well, in my youth, I lived in a quiet family where the furniture was polished and four scored and floor was scoured and cleaned and curtains were put up every fortnight." "What an interesting way you have of relating a story," said the curtain. The carpet room. "It is easy to perceive that you have been a great deal of women's society. There is something so pure runs through what you say." "This is quite true," said the water bucket, and he made a spring with joy and splashed some water on the floor. Then the saucepan went on with his story, and the end was as good as the beginning. The plates rattled with pleasure, and the carpet broom brought some green parsley out of the dust hole and crowned the saucepan, for he knew it would vex the others, and he thought, "If I crown him today, he will crown me tomorrow." "Now let us have a dance," said the fire tongs. And then how they danced and struck up one leg in the air. Well, the chair cushion in the corner burst with laughter when she saw it. "Shall I be crowned now?" asked the fire tongs. So the broom found another wreath with the tongs for the tongs. They were only common people after all, thought the matches, and the Tim was now asking to sing, but She said she had a cold and could not sing without boiling heat, and they all thought that she was affectionate, and because she did not wish to sing except in the parlor when on the table with the grand people. In the window sat an old quill pen with which the maid generally wrote. There was nothing remarkable about the pen, excepting that it had dipped into too deeply in the ink, but it was proud of that. If the tea urn won't sing, said the pen, she can leave it alone. There is a nightingale in a cage who can sing, and she has not been caught much, certainly. But we need not say anything this evening about that. I think it highly improper, said the tea kettle, who was the kitchen singer and half brother to the tea urn, that a rich foreign bird should be listening to hear it. And it is pathetic or patriotic and lets the market basket decide what is right. I certainly am vexed, said the basket, inwardly vexed, more than any one can imagine. Are we spending the evening properly? Would it not be more sensible to put the house in order? If we were in his own place, if each of us were in their own place, I would lead a game, and this would be quite another thing. Let us act a play, said they all. At the same moment, the door opened and the maid came in. Then not one stirred. They all remained quiet still. Yet at the same time, there was not a single pot among them who had not a high opinion of himself and of what he could do if he chose. Yes, if we had chosen, they each thought, we might have spent a very pleasant evening. The maid took the matches and lighted them. Dear me, how they sputtered and blazed up. Now then, they thought, everyone will see that we are the first. How we shine, what a light we give. Even while they spoke, their lights went out. And what a capital story, said the queen. I feel as if it were really in the kitchen. I felt as if I were really in the kitchen and could see the matches. Yes, you shall marry our daughter. Certainly, said the king. Thou shalt have our daughter, the king said, though to uh, though to me, because he was going to be one of the family, the wedding day was fixed, and on the very evening before, the whole city was illuminated. Cakes and sweetmeats were thrown among the peoples, and the street boys stood on tiptoe and shouted hurrah and whistled between their fingers. Altogether, it was a very splendid affair. I will give them another treat, said the merchant's son. So he went and he bought rockets and crackers and all sorts of fireworks that could be thought of, packed them in his trunk, and flew up with it into the air. What a whizzing and popping they made as they went off. The Turks When they saw such a sight, the air jumped so high that their slippers flew about their ears. It was easily to believe after this that the princess was really going to marry a Turkish angel. So, as soon as the merchant's son had come down in his flying trunk, the whole the wood after flying trunk to the woods after the fireworks, he thought, I will go back into the town now and hear what they think of the entertainment. It was very natural that he should wish to know, and what strange things people did say. To be sure, everyone whom he questioned had a different tale to tell, though they all thought it was very beautiful. I saw the Turkish angel myself, said one. He had eyes that glittered like glittering stars, and a head like a foaming water. He flew in a mantle of fire, cried another, and lovely little cherubs peeped out from the folds. He had many more fine things about himself, and the next day he was to be married. And after this, he went back to the forest to rest himself in his trunk. It had disappeared. A spark from the firework which remained had set it on fire, and it was burnt to ashes. So the merchant's son could not fly any more, nor go to meet his bride. She stood all day on the roof waiting for him, and most likely she is still waiting to this day, while he wanders through the world telling fairy tales, but none of them so amusing as the one that he related about the matches. And that is the end of The Flying Trunk by Hans Christian Andersen. Alrighty, my friends. Hey, it's getting close to the hour. We got our daily bread portion of the program coming up next. And our daily bread portion of the program today is going to be sponsored by the Bible with Briscoe 2021. The Bible with Briscoe 2021 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2021 will be Zechariah 1 through 4 and Revelation 18. So don't forget to tune in to the Bible with Briscoe 2021 for your daily reading of the Bible. God's right hand. God's right hand is a powerful and strong right hand. And that, my friends, is what we're going to be reading about in Isaiah 41, 8 through 13. So let us open our Bibles and turn to Isaiah 41, 8 through 13. But you, Israel, my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, you descendants of Abraham, my friend, I took you from the ends of the earth, from its furthest corners. I called you, and I said, you are my servant. I have chosen you and have not rejected you. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. All who rage against you will surely be ashamed and disgraced, and those who oppose you will be as nothing and perish. Though you search for your enemies, and you will not find them, and though those who wage war against you will be as nothing at all. For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you. And that was Isaiah 14, 8 through 13, which is the right hand of God. which concludes the Daily Bread portion of the program that was brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2021. That's right, the Bible with Briscoe 2021. Don't forget to tune in to the Bible with Briscoe 2021. It's a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Amen. Amen. Hunter, hey, the Parmesan cheese expert. Hagen, there you go. Hey, I'm not wearing the hat today. Don't you know? Don't you know? All righty then. Hey, glad you checked in, Hunter. We will check with you later. Sorry, I didn't know when you checked in, but it's been an hour, so that means it's time to go. Hey, this here's Min Shendro Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Hey, I got one more song for you, and it goes, oh well. Well, God bless you too. Thank you. And we're going to check it on out right here, right now. Well, I say goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I say goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-do. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. All right, that's it. That's the Shen Show in the nutshell, or the nut on the Shen Show. One of the two. Anyway, we're out. We're gone. God bless you all and have a great day because, well, hey, we'll see you tomorrow. If you come back, I'll be here, and I hope that you are too.